Woohoo! No, we're not riding a roller coaster, but rather something else. So strap in, friends, or strap on if you like, as we take a look at every single woohoo location in The Sims 4. Let's go. We'll start with the base game woohoo locations, and in particular, we'll begin our journey in the bedroom. That's right, just like if you got a door, you got a gym. If you've got a double bed, you've got a place to woohoo. Okay, it's a bit different, but anyway, as basic and obvious as woohooing in a double bed may be, it's likely what your Sims will be using most often in your game. I hope you're ready for something a bit steamier now. Literally, as we strip down and woohoo in a hot tub. While hot tubs previously only came with perfect patio stuff, thanks to The Sims 20th anniversary, hot tubs have been added to the base game, and they are now a very accessible woohoo location. Yes, we love that for our Sims who want more variety in their sexual endeavors. Looking up at the stars and the moon isn't the only thing that you'll be experiencing in a backyard observatory. That's right, as small and cramped as this might seem, there is surprisingly enough room in this little building for two to get it on and send that giant telescope on the roof for a spin in the process. If anyone asks why the telescope is spinning so fast, you can just explain that is how everyone observes the galaxy. Now get ready to join the 50 Mile High Club with Rocketship Woohoo. How does it work in zero gravity? Who knows, but thinking about it definitely makes me stressed. You will need access to a rocket ship for this, either by buying the base and building it, or using ones on community lots or at events such as City Living's GeekCon. It's a rather fun and unique woohoo location to make use of. Also know that while Sims are doing the deed in space, other Sims will be able to use a computer to listen to the space launch. So, you know, your Sims can really put on a show with this one. The fifth woohoo location that we'll look at is large closets, and these are made available with the Get Together expansion pack. If the idea of taking off your clothes before getting busy amongst your entire wardrobe appeal to your Sims, then this is the spot for them. Sparks will fly as you live a saucy life dodging coat hangers and shoes while praying that nobody notices the shuffling and door pounding that's going on. The much loved and very chaotic woohoo bush is next, and these are found in various world locations while also being a placeable object that fits in seamlessly outdoors and less seamlessly indoors. These bushes come with lots of packs, including Get Together, Jungle Adventure, Werewolves, and Horse Ranch. It's also worth noting that you can also sleep and relieve your bladder in these bushes, though ideally you won't pee in the bush moments before you decide to use it for woohoo, because that would be low-key disgusting. And by low-key, I mean high-key. Tents are the next place where you'll be able to get it on. Tents come with the Outdoor Retreat, Snowy Escape, and Journey to Batu packs, and they can be popped into your inventory and whipped out absolutely anywhere. This very conveniently makes them a portable woohoo location. You know, just in case your Sim can't bear to leave the house without a woohoo option on hand. Of course, woohooing in tents can also liven up your camping trips too. Now if you thought the hot tub woohoo was steamy, just wait until your Sims get it on in a sauna. Yes, there is so much steam that it'll give steamy, woohoo an all new and much more literal meaning. Sauna Woohoo comes with the Spa Day Game Pack, and it'll definitely turn up the heat in your Sim's love life, and potentially make a day to the spa be more about getting the heart rate up rather than simply winding down and relaxing. If having a saucy moment atop a lighthouse sounded exciting to you, then you're in luck. As long as you have the Cats and Dogs expansion pack, then on Brindleton Bay's Dead Grass Isle, you'll find a lighthouse. And you can travel to the top of this lighthouse and woohoo inside it. If you're doing this at night, then be prepared for that warm yellow globe to turn red as you announce to the island that more is going down than one might expect at this lighthouse. Also know that if your Sim tries for a baby and becomes pregnant at the lighthouse, then when their baby returns later in life, they'll receive a happy moodlet. Getting down to business in a pile of leaves is next. That's right, there's more playing that one can do in leaves than you might expect, with these leaves providing cushioning for activities that go beyond jumping into them. You'll need the Seasons expansion pack to have access to piles of leaves, which you'll often find around the various worlds, particularly in autumn. Now if a bed just looked way too comfy for you and you have the Vampires game pack, then perhaps you want to woohoo in a coffin instead. Yes, a coffin. Only vampire Sims are able to initiate coffin woohoo, so keep in mind that your regular Sims will need to be doing it with a vampire in order to experience it. In addition, Sims who have the good trait will refuse to woohoo in a coffin as well. So yes, while coffin woohoo is fabulously chaotic, it also has a few restrictions. Vampires also have another woohoo option available to them, being to woohoo as bats. If both of the woohoo intending vampires have unlocked the bat form vampire power, then they'll be able to woohoo as bats, transforming before they do the deed in their bat form. The great perk here is that it means that literally any location is now a woohoo location, as it's a type of woohoo that doesn't depend on world structures or objects. Let's keep going and look at woohooing in sleeping pods from the Get Famous expansion pack. These objects are kind of like advanced beds for one that have unique additional perks, but two people can absolutely fit into this machine when love's involved. And woohoo in them seems to use a similar animation to Coffin Woohoo, with the main sleeping pod screen also revealing that some loved up moments are going on inside. If money gets you going, then woohooing in a vault filled with cash is likely for you. Money vaults are added with the Get Famous expansion pack, and you'll need to add at least 5,001 simoleons to the vault before you'll be able to woohoo in it. I mean, it makes sense, because otherwise there's no pile of cash for your Sims to actually woohoo in. This is also a great woohoo option for Sims who might be into some bank heist roleplay stuff. Maybe. Woohooing in a waterfall is next. If you have the Island Living expansion pack, then on the island of More Petey is a giant waterfall. And this waterfall isn't just for your Sims to shower in and find frogs. It's also a spot for some very saucy woohoo. It does make me question if doing it in a waterfall is a real thing, because I swear The Sims makes it look fun, but my instincts are telling me that in real life it would lead to death and be an absolute nightmare of a time. It's okay though, because I am totally just going to buy into the fantasy that The Sims is selling me. Now to take a look at shower woohoo. You know, for if the waterfall was just way too much water. While you might expect shower woohoo to be base game, it's actually brought in with the Discover University expansion pack. The great things about this woohoo spot is that it'll be readily available in almost every household you play. I mean, unless you buy a bath instead. Get ready to get down and dirty in a dumpster. Yes, I mean literally dirty, because dumpster woohoo is absolutely an option made available with the Eco Lifestyle expansion pack. While you can buy dumpsters, you'll also be able to find them around the world of Evergreen Harbour, just in case the idea of woohooing in a public dumpster was somehow more appealing to you. Your Sims will be diving for thrills when undertaking dumpster woohoo, and the animation is super hilarious and honestly one of my favourites. If you're looking for a different kind of lightsaber on your trip to Batu, then you're in luck. When visiting the Black Spire Outpost, then there's a building that you'll be able to woohoo in. It's a rabbit hole building, but a bit of woohoo here could make for the perfect side activity or quest during your Batu adventures. It's time to cause chaos at your local onsen now with Hot Springs Woohoo. There are two types of hot springs brought in with the Snowy Escape expansion pack, and these are more great options for your water-loving Sims to get it on. I mean, it's probably not the first activity that comes to mind when a Sim goes to enjoy some time at an onsen, but I'm also not complaining that it's an option. Ice Cave Woohoo is an interesting and somewhat questionable place to do it, and again this comes with the Snowy Escape expansion pack. Ice caves can be found on Mount Komorebi during a mountain climb excursion, both on the third stage and again at Mount Komorebi's peak. Do note that these caves can sometimes be blocked off, but most of the time they'll be open to explore and woohoo in. You'll be driving a lot of bats out of the cave when you woohoo here, which I guess means it's good. I don't really know. It's something. It drives bats away. Moving on, and if you have cottage living, then animal sheds are another woohoo spot that your Sims can make use of. Will your llama or cow care? Probably not, because they'll need to be outside while you use their sleeping quarters for your pleasure, which, let's be honest, is probably for the best. If the farm life is ever becoming a bit stale, then potentially woohooing in an animal shed is exactly what your Sim needs. Photo booths are the next woohoo location we'll look at, and these come with the High School Years expansion pack. That's right, take flash photography to a whole new level by woohooing here. Though it's worth keeping in mind that while you'll see lots of flashing coming from the booth during this woohoo, pun intended, you won't actually get a photo to remember the moment by, which is probably a good thing. Probably. The Ferris Wheel is the next woohoo location brought in with high school years, and it's located at the Waterfront Fairground in the Plumbite Cove area. Actually, this area brings with it 3 woohoo locations, of which the Ferris Wheel is only the first, but I decided to separate them out for the video because they all have rather unique and awesome woohoo animations that I'm a big fan of. I would have to say that the Ferris Wheel is my favorite of the 3 though. In addition to the Ferris Wheel, Sims can woohoo on the Cuddle Carts, which are love themed and thus a perfect spot for woohoo. Well, when you don't think about the fact that they're a public carnival ride. Also know that sometimes while woohooing on carnival rides, your Sims can get text pop-ups as well, which can lead to various effects, and these are awesome for storytelling and add to the moment. The final ride that you can woohoo on is the Haunted House, and I particularly like how all the windows on this ride glow pink during the woohoo animation. Keep in mind that woohooing on rides can get you banned from them for a while. Note that in general, I feel like the carnival ride woohoo animations look a lot better when performed at night, whereby the lighting really makes the rides and the animations pop and adds to the excitement. And now, the final woohoo location we'll look at is Treehouse Woohoo. Treehouses are added to the game with the Growing Together expansion pack, and similar to a rocket ship, you'll need to buy the base and build it before it becomes a place where you can make love. Ideally not before your Sims kids play on it, because that would be weird, and possibly traumatic. Just before finishing up, know that for Sims to have woohoo, they need to be at least young adults, to have a strong romantic relationship with each other, and they also need to have experienced their first kiss together. And with that, we're at the end. That's everywhere that your Sims can woohoo in The Sims 4. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed or found this helpful, then please subscribe and leave a like. I would really appreciate it, and I hope you have an amazing day. See you later.